Hey yo, what's good? What's good, bro? What's good? So I've been noticing a lot of people are just not talking, and I'm pretty sure you've seen it too. Just generally, just not a lot of conversations happening. Everybody's just to themselves. Every, Everybody, most people in the world are introverted. Interestingly enough, and it seems like the older generations, like boomers and uh, Gen Xers, they're usually like, "Hey, why are you not talking to anybody, huh? Why are you so quiet?" Well, I have a few reasons for that, or at least like maybe like a few explanations as to why this is happening. Yeah. So my first explanation is our upbringings. So let's just start with my schedule. Or school starts at 6:45, and I have seven period. No, not I don't have 7 periods. I have like five or four technically. I got 4 hours in the morning, one of which starts before the actual school starts, and then I get out at 2:35. So I have 5 minute passing periods, and that's usually when people like to like talk for a little bit, like maybe like 2 minutes, just like catch up on stuff. I don't know what they talk about. I don't do that. I usually just go to class immediately. But then we have lunch, which I guess you can talk during that time, but it's not like a good environment, I would say, because it's very loud in the cafeteria, all that. So like you'll just have to be shouting and stuff. I don't know. It's just not a good environment for like good conversation. Yeah. So there's that. So our upbringing isn't good for facilitating good conversation. So that's one of the reasons. I mean, at least in my opinion. The second reason is apparently a lot of people have anxiety, um, or some people actually do have like a social like anxiety disorder, and I understand that. And other people are just like regular anxious. like there's like people who like you can barely even string a sentence without getting nervous to new people, or you're just like, whatever. I mean, I kind of want to say it. I don't know. Yeah, so there's social anxiety, which is in part made by social media, I think. But I think I already covered that kind of. I might make another video on that. But anyway, that's another reason. The third reason why we can't do good conversation is what if I don't want to talk? You ever think about that, huh? Let me explain myself. Um, so I was watching this video about Marcus Aurelius. I don't know if I'm saying his name right. Probably not. And he practices stoicism. And the videos the video I was watching, it was something along the lines of Marcus didn't waste time with quick pleasures. So like sex, drugs, alcohol, um, and even talking. And some of you are gonna be like, "What? Why not talking? What's wrong with talking?" And hold on, let me turn my page. And one of the reasons why he said talking, he didn't talk that much, was it was something like he believed that uh, most conversations don't have like a meaning, or they don't have a direction or anything. And that really resonated with me, because a lot of conversations you're just kind of just saying stuff to say stuff to fill the air, because I don't know, it's awkward or something. I don't know, but you're usually just saying stuff just to say stuff. Um, and that was like very important to me when that was said, because that means two things to me. Is one, when you talk to people, you better have there better be a reason as to why you're talking to that person. Secondly, why should you waste your time talking when most conversations are just jibber jabber? They don't mean anything. Like, I look back on a lot of conversations that I have sometimes, and I'll be like, why does that even matter? What am I getting from this? I'm just talking just to talk. Are you talking to talk, or are you talking for a reason? Like, that's really what you gotta pin down. And yeah, I realize that it's just like a weird thing that us humans do, because there's like a preset. There's like what's the word I'm looking for? Um, there's like a feeling that we should be talking, but we're not. So you're kind of just saying whatever to get a response from the other person, even though you both know that the topic you're talking about doesn't matter. That was it right there. Breakthrough shit. Some people are just rude, and they'll just interrupt you when you're trying to tell a story or something, and they'll get sidetracked, and they'll have like a short what's it called? A short attention span. Yeah, I'm forgetting the name. Whatever. Some people have nothing interesting to say, and they kind of just like repeat what you say, and they'll just like blindly agree, like a yes man, like yes man. Some people are just nervous, and they just say what you say because they don't know how to respond, anxiety, whatnot. And then sometimes the conversation will like change in a direction that you didn't want it to go in. Like, you'll be talking about football, and they'll be talking about the last night game, and you want to say something about it, and then someone else will come in and be like, "Hey, did you watch that movie or something?" And you'll be like, "Bro, I was talking about this thing. Now I can't say the thing that I wanted to say," and you just kind of get frustrated, and you just stop talking. Another reason why we're not having good conversation is because some people are just not being themselves when they talk. So this begins in elementary school, I think, because we'll all be kids in the classroom, and like it's just chill, whatever, and you'll be looking at the teacher, and she'll say something, and then another kid will the funny kid or whatever, he'll be like, oh, he'll make like a remark, and everybody will just laugh and stuff, and then the other kids will see that, and they'll be like, I want to be like that kid. I want to do, excuse me, I want to be like that kid and make people laugh and be funny and stuff. And then you'll end up, everybody will be doing that. So you'll just end up with a bunch of kids that are just saying a bunch of like just dumb stuff that's it's not even funny, just to talk, you know? They're just being loud and obnoxious just to get a laugh, which most of the time is probably not going to get a laugh because they're trying to copy someone else anyway. And you just get a bunch of loud, arrogant people that don't actually like say anything that's of substance, is what I'm trying to say. Yeah. And I'm guilty of this too. I'm pretty sure most people do that. Like, in a conversation, they'll be like, "Oh, did you do that one thing?" And then like, "Yeah, that one question. Oh, it was so difficult, blah blah blah." But then you're like, "Why did I even say that?" Because that adds no value to the conversation. It was just something to say because I struggled with it and I want to express my feelings. But actually, no one cares about your feelings. Ben Shapiro shit. Even though I don't like that guy that much. But yeah, so there's that. And then this is kind of to add on, is also another point that I had in my book I was writing earlier. And the fifth reason is why people don't talk is some people are just not good listeners, and they haven't learned how to like really listen, like dig deep and figure out what the other person is trying to say, and try to figure out things from a different point of view, you know? Yeah. So those are just my reasons. Yeah, this was just like one of the things I just had to make a video on. So let's just go over like the 5 reasons again. Let's just review real quick. So people aren't having good conversation because our upbringings aren't good at facilitating honest conversation, social anxiety, people that just choose not to talk because they know it's kind of pointless. Some people aren't being themselves, and then some people just aren't good listeners. And obviously it's mostly just older people. Like anyone above the age of 40 is probably like, oh, this young generation, they don't know how to talk to people, and it's all that. But I think they're not realizing the fact that they had to learn that too. They had to learn how to talk like after all their like school years and whatnot. They had to learn how to um be good at conversating and like conversing and stuff. Um, I don't know. Maybe it was simpler back in the good old days or something. I don't know. Yeah, that was it. Um, but yeah, I'll probably have a video out tomorrow about how to have good conversation. That'll be like a follow up to this one, I guess. Cause I don't want to do it right now. I just kind of want to have a constant upload schedule, at least one video a month. But yeah. So hope you enjoyed. I mean, I hope you learned something, cause this is a lot of people are like struggling, but it's okay. It'll work out. All right.